What's up, y'all, boy? This your boy Marlo. We got a legend from Charleston. What's your name, bro?
I'm Leon S. Fields the first.
And where you from?
Born at Medical U when we were living on Daniel Jenkins' project in 1963.
1963. All right. So, us being from Charleston, South Carolina, what's your definition of Geechee Gullah?
We used to use it for how we spoke differently from everybody else. They would call us Geechees because of how we talked. But Gullah is more of our heritage and actually who we are, from our African descent to just the culture of it and our being able to incorporate it in our lives on different levels even now today.
So you was born in what? 1963?
63.
All right. So tell me how Charleston was 50 years ago in the early 70s.
Okay. Well, we had just moved on the Daniel Jenkins project in 71. We moved to Peachtree Street, which is the background we got behind me. And my father's Cleveland Fields, longshoreman, entrepreneur, fisher, upholsterer,
mechanic. That's a real Charleston guy. Yeah.
My mom's was a secretary for a business college.
Mm-hmm.
I almost cut my hand off while we were moving because he told me not to go in the back of the station wagon, which we love station wagons in my family.
Yeah.
I do. And but it was a lot of prejudices and all, but I was too young to acknowledge it until I got around like 12, 13, and I witnessed some things that let me know people thought different and act different because of our differences and not no other reason.
Just basically our differences. Nothing. Yeah. All right. So, was there what kind of unity it was back in the day? Because a lot of people got it confused, like, if you was black, if you was white, you just didn't mix with each other. But I want you to explain, if you was a good person, you mix with the good people, and I want you to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want to openly, back then at least, you wouldn't openly want to be around a white person because the majority of black people were prejudiced against them and a majority of them were prejudiced against us. So you didn't have much of a fellowship or relationships and all back then.
All right.
So some people were bold enough to be married and have relationships and all of that.
So what that showed you though, like, what people actually going against the world and still coming together.
That more important than whatever color somebody is if you can love somebody and grow together, shit, I wouldn't give a damn if they purple.
Word.
I mean, love ain't got no color. So,
Word.
I've had to grow to that because, I heard a lot of people myself because they were white. Citadel cadets, burglarizing houses.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations is over, so I don't have a concern about any lawful
But that's the thing
repercussions.
though. Back then, it would have been that type of situation where you do crimes against the other race. But now,
shit, we kill each other quicker than we'll kill a damn dog.
roach. Yeah. So yeah. I had to get that up out the way. So, have you ever been to prison? Real.
Yes, back to the burglaries and house breakings. And I've been to most of the prisons in this region.
Yeah.
Allendale, Wateree, Kirkland, Broad River briefly, because matter of fact, I had a sister murdered, and they must have put me on Broad River campus with the person that murdered her for a brief moment.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even let me go in the kitchen to eat. But God got a way of healing you through tragedies as well, or saving you through tragedies. And I truly believe God allowed some things to happen to somebody who was already in him to get me to receive him.
Yeah.
And so he can be in me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, crack addictions, alcohol, all of these vices that I've had and gotten and being delivered from, I realized that God's purpose for me is most important, but I don't have to be fearful of it because I don't have to make it happen. I gotta just trust him and keep on being in tune with him to walk in it.
Yeah.
Instead of just knowing it.
Just
Because it's got to go from your head to your heart. It ain't no more than 12 inches. But then still, once you get in your heart, then the vices will leave you.
Yeah. Right.
I've been clean for 27 years.
20. Yeah, that's good.
You know.
That's good.
Yeah. And so.
Damn. So since you already been to prison, like, what would you tell somebody to stay out prison?
Well, prison actually saved me.
Yeah. Oh.
I mean,
right,
you know,
right.
look here, we got to thank God we got prisons too. I mean,
right,
some
too.
people
You're
need
right,
to be in prison.
Right,
so don't be out there killing up each other and doing all kind of things. Because they ain't going to act like that without no gun back there.
Yeah, and when I've been in juvie, it saved my life too. So
yeah, God got a way of turning, making all the things work together for the good.
Yeah.
And he'll shield and protect you and keep you when you don't even know it, when you don't even know him.
Yeah.
And because he wants you to get to the place where you understand who he is and why he put you here, so he can get the glory out your life, and you can be a blessing to the world.
Yeah.
So if we just looking at all of the things we can acquire, because Uncle Leon done had a couple of times, different ways,
Mm-hmm.
and if you make that more important in your relationship with him, then you worshiping the creation instead of the creator.
All right, Mr. Leon. So, what was your family like growing up in the 80s and the 90s? Like, what type of family you came from?
From the 70s on up, well, I've got 3 sisters and 1 brother. And my older sister is 9 years older than me. My brother is 4 years older than me. And then my sister is a year and a half older than me. And I had a baby sister that was murdered in our very same house. I think as long as my parents were living, we had a lot better unity because it was expected of us, and we had somebody to answer to about it other than God, you know? And, but oftentimes, and instead of coming together closer, it seemed like it made us scatter, like the disciples when Jesus died, because, I mean, things had to be spread, or you had to see each other for what we really are.
Yeah.
And, I mean, sometimes, because your brothers and sisters, you'll defend things that they may be wrong in.
Yeah.
Or they cover up stuff, dirty stuff, because it's family stuff, and they rather put dirt on it instead of exposing it so that we can be delivered and healed from it in our family and make sure it don't ever happen again.
All right.
And so, you know, me and my older sister, she lives in Seattle. We were born the same month, 3 days apart. I mean, 3 days between our birth dates.
Yeah.
The birth month.
So with your little sister, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm going down to her.
All right. Go
Start
ahead.
at my older sister, who's the oldest.
All right.
And she left right after high school and pretty much lived there for the last 50-something years.
Yeah. Damn.
And you know, she probably beat me more than my mom and daddy.
Oh, right.
But she put a toughness in me.
Right.
You know, whereas I could defend myself. Because Uncle Leon, you ask your pap, boy, Uncle Leon used to could have put the shot on you. And I still got around left, but then.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm thankful for him. Then it was my brother. He had to defend for me a couple of times.
He the second oldest, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, And he had a fan for me a couple of times. And I used to get his hand-me-downs, because he been a dresser and real smooth old ladies' man.
Right.
I was a brawler, so girls didn't gravitate toward me too quickly. But we had two cousins in common one time. When one of my first girlfriends was his girlfriend's cousin, and then it was my sister, who I grew up defending her mostly.
Yes, sir.
And oftentimes, the one you may have thought to be the closest, they oftentimes got something in their heart.
Yeah.
Envy or jealousy or sibling rivalry, stuff that you ain't know nothing about because you ain't competing.
Yeah.
I remember one time my dad, she was like an A student. I've been an A or B student until I got to high school. And my daddy basically said, why you ain't got A's or B's? I tell him, because I ain't her. You better thank God for these A's and B's.
Word.
But he knew I could do better too, because there were times when I did do A's. But, and then it was my little sister who, I ain't had a little brother, so shit. I damn near make her my little brother the way I used to treat her.
Yeah, y'all used to be everywhere together. Your
Not like that.
Right.
I didn't have time for her, but I made sure she could take care of herself like my older sister.
when it came down to it.
Yeah, and my brother too. My brother been instrumental. I remember one day we were boxing in front of the house, the same house. And I got the best of them. That was the first time I got the best of them.
Yeah.
Because I really had learned, I had already outgrown him in it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, my brother slammed me so hard in that front yard.
Yeah.
Good thing I've been on grass. Shit, boy, I feel like my body pricked and I couldn't move because the wind, knocked the wind out me. And he made it clear that we don't never need to be trying each other or testing each other, or unless we practicing to make each other better.
Yeah.
So that was a very clear lesson. When you're looking up at the sun, you can't move.
Yeah.
And
went out you.
Yeah. And so I vowed I never put my hand on my brother no more. We had to defend each other different times because I bust a ball on one of his partners' face, Paul Ackerman.
Yeah. What happened with that situation? Why you bust the ball over his face?
I don't remember exactly what happened.
You just.
But we went Hester Park.
Yeah, Hester
Park.
Park.
And Paul and him, they probably still close today. But that was his main partner. And my brother, Paul had a knife like that.
Yeah.
And after the bottle shit, I ain't had nothing. I was looking to fight, but he had the knife. We ain't gonna fight with him.
Yeah.
My brother begged him, man, not to do nothing to me.
Yeah.
And he started crying because he won't, Paul ain't nothing to play with. You probably know about the Ackerman family. Matter of fact,
he was one of those type of guys.
Yeah, right off of Grove Street. They mostly grew up on Grove Street, right there, past where Laundromat's at now.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, their older brother just passed recently. They used to call him Big Aki. And he got a son, Kareem, that was real close to me, and his mama is close to me because of adopted sister, Minnie Sue Jackie, and all of that. But, okay. And, but then my little sister, she was a cheerleader at Burke and graduating. And matter of fact, her boyfriend, who she was telling she didn't want to deal with him no more, and he basically felt that if he couldn't have her, nobody else would.
Damn.
And matter of fact, the second place I ever went was Manning Correctional Institution in Columbia, and he was there.
You talking about the guy who killed your sister, right?
Right. He was there.
All right.
I remember I told you I took my GED.
Yeah.
So they had just brought college courses to the prison system. And I had started one of the first college classes within the system. And so they used to ask us to tutor certain people to help them get their GED so they can get into the program to get college education. And he was one of the ones that I had to help. So we got a little bond.
Your little sister, you had to help your little sister's killer with the GED.
Yeah, that's before.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Before he even got out and all of that. You know, come to find out he had a lot of family history of violence and stuff and abuse and.
Yeah.
I mean, you understand a little better, but then you don't. I mean, your little sister, you don't give a fuck.
Word.
You know.
So me, personal question from me, like now that you older, do you forgive him? How do you feel?
Forgiveness ain't for him. Forgiveness for me.
Oh.
Because unforgiveness is like me drinking a damn poison and wishing he died.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I couldn't. I don't want to sit this close to him or be in his company yet, but ain't no telling how God gonna heal or grow me.
Yeah.
If I allow him. But I got one of his brothers. Me and him close, and one of his brothers I know we cordial. You know, if I see him, we gonna say what's up at least.
So basically, you saying
back to our Southern hospitality, you even transcend some of the worst things. I mean, you know I know you, you know me. So hey, how you doing?
So basically, you saying if you had hold on to some type of retaliation or something, you wouldn't have been able to grow.
Right, because I already. There were times when he was. They must have put me on Broad River campus with him. And the dude who I had been to John G. Richardson with, he had like life and something. So he ain't getting out. So I told him to go get me 2 shanks.
Yeah.
Because he not tell me that he been in the kitchen. All I'm trying to do is get in the kitchen, and when he get back across his yard with these shanks, and I don't care about no time and nothing like that, because it's by the grace of God that he even alive. So God, if God wouldn't allow me to do what I wanted to do, that means God got a greater purpose for him.
Right.
That I can't even begin to understand.
That you can.
He like we were talking about how quick these people killing each other. God may use somebody like that who done kill somebody to keep somebody from killing somebody.
Damn.
Or keep somebody who might kill a lot of people from killing a lot of people. But you know, my sister just ended up being a sacrificial lamb.
Right.
Because we all got to cross the bear.
We all got to cross that road.
Yeah.
So
no, we ain't got to cross that road. We don't have to cross road in death, because there's a rapture that the dead in Christ will rise, and those that remain won't hinder the ones that's dead. But live people will go straight to judgment and then to heaven. They don't have to see death.
Damn.
The book of Corinthians, Thessalonians, kind of touch on it real well.
All right. So why you think Charleston still got that Southern hospitality?
Well, we've been conditioned for it, because we practice it, and it's like, even if you don't know somebody, you might not even say nothing, but you'll nod your head or something to acknowledge them as you pass each other.
Word. Because when I've been in Greenville, I'll be walking past people, I'll be trying to open the door for people. People give you the stink look, but when you come to Charleston, it's all
thank you.
Yeah,
because they probably came across some people that got away from it or don't do it, and they appreciate it when they see it happen again.
Yeah.
Man, it made me feel so good to see a young dude did that. Because I had opened the door for the lady, but he been in between me and the lady. He stepped aside too. Probably been on his age with you, 20-something. And matter of fact, my son on the age with you, he'll be 25 on the 15th of next month.
Yeah.
But I thought he was gonna walk in the door, because I'm looking at him like he gonna walk in. You think I opened this door for you?
Yeah.
I'm looking at him like, you better not walk in. But he stepped aside. He walked to the door and then stepped aside, and he ushered the lady in the door.
Yeah. So how you feel about Geechee women, the Charleston women? How you feel about Charleston Geechee women? What makes them different, and from your eyes?
Well, I mean, I don't think. I don't think we can put where people from
differences.
So much into what's so different about them.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the way we talk and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
our cultural stuff. But then, good and bad determined by what kind of heart somebody got, whether their heart been transformed and circumcised, and whether they know Jesus. Because I mean, I think sometimes when people know you got vices, they act like they don't want to hear you talk about nothing but God, nothing but Jesus. But if it ain't been for Jesus and God, grace, I wouldn't even be here doing backwards things contrary to Him. So I'm grateful just the same, even though I ain't got it all together.
Yeah.
I know I got to acknowledge Him and thank Him for just me being able to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
I done tear up a whole lot of cards. I done try to send some who wouldn't die.
Yeah.
And some done try to send me. And He kept me.
And he kept you, yup.
So I don't want to ever get so caught up in
where you from? It's more your heart.
Right, yeah, because I mean they got blood stuff, north area,
California,
downtown
Florida.
stuff.
Yeah.
Why? Because we from the same state, we got to be all right. And then because they from a different state, they ain't all right.
Yeah.
That we back to the fraternal stuff and Masonic stuff I was talking about, and sororities and fraternities and all of that. They all right because they going through those rituals to do what they do to be all right with you,
right?
And to be better than somebody else. Hell no.
And they still a group.
Ain't no damn body. There ain't nobody damn. I wouldn't care how much you could be the grand poobah of that shit.
Yeah.
You ain't no better than nobody else. You just got power. But where the power come from? If they ain't come from God.
They ain't come
from no damn group.
How you mean?
The group ain't got power till they come together. Where they get the power from? Either from God, and the enemy can give you power. The enemy can give you power.
The enemy can, right.
He ain't all powerful.
He ain't all powerful, but
he can't create.
Right.
But he can duplicate.
He can duplicate.
Yeah.
He can mimic.
Yeah, mimic. That's the word. Right. Duplicate, mimic, act it out.
Act it.
Because he come as the angel of light.
Yep. All right. So.
And then sometimes God will send an angel of light, a messenger. There ain't got to be no angelic being that that's our protection and all of that. It's just sometimes a message for you to understand that God's trying to reach you about something.
About something.
And so, I mean, God done used children to make my head swing. Ain't no damn way they know what they know on their own. It had to been God wasn't passed to them some kind of how to be able to let God use them when I've been going through. So, God got more He can use anything to get your attention. Yeah. That's whether you paying attention.
All right. So today, what's your plans for today? What you got?
Well, I've got a lot of paperwork to get done, taxes to be done, and gotta go to my local partner, Vinny's restaurant.
Vinny's, I know about Vinny's.
On Meeting Street, right by 526 or I-26, whichever, right past Burford's.
Yeah.
Going downtown from this way.
All right.
And I grew up with his mom and dad, and that's what back to God using where you least expect.
Yeah.
Cause I used to have to talk to him, knock him.
Who, Vinny?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
If you been around long enough, I probably broke my foot off on your ass too. I mean.
Oh yeah, cause they sit back in the day like that. Like if you see one of your homeboys kids do.
Yeah, that's what the name of the show is Uncle Leon, right?
Yeah.
That name actually came from being in prison because brothers who were like mentors to you, they don't want you to call them no sir and this and that, which my daddy taught me, so I had to find a reverential name for them to show levels of respect.
Yeah.
Or somebody who had a pure heart towards you, And so, brother said, don't call me no sir.
So you still
So we would say uncle.
Yeah.
Or cousin, big brothers, or
yeah,
with a handle,
big bro,
some kind of
yeah,
like nephew, uncle, stuff. Now
you still showing your respect.
Yeah, and so when I was able to have my own business, I chose that name because I actually wanted to change the community because I had already fucked up a lot of shit in that community, you know?
Yeah.
And, I got shot right there down the street from where my shop was at.
Where you get shot at?
King and Romney.
Where you get? Oh, King and Romney. How much times you got shot?
Once, but it traveled through, it traveled through this hip, right past my groin.
Yeah.
And it's lodged over here.
And your other leg.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't have children, man. So I always wondered about it,
For the young brothers, the year 2022, how old you was?
58. I'll be 59, April 3rd.
What is the most positive message you can tell the young brothers growing up right now?
Hey man, walk in a lot of peace and forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Because it ain't for them, it's for you.
Yeah.
And man, you are honoring God with your life instead of you using your life for what the fuck you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And you learn to discern people who got good and pure heart from a dirty-hearted motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because a dirty-hearted motherfucker, you can't do nothing for them. No matter what you do, ain't gonna never be enough.
They ain't gonna never be happy.
And they'll twist it around and they'll lie to the last and say it ain't never happened.
They ain't never happy.
Because they heart dirty and impure because of whatever spirit of envy, jealousy, or whatever, hate, malice, wherever it came from, they'll distort the truth.
Yeah.
But somebody who got a pure heart,
Mm-hmm.
you give them a bubble gum.
And he, right.
Give them a sweet pea when they hungry. You might not ever remember doing it, but they'll be so grateful for it that they'll always try to be a blessing to you, even if it's just giving you a word of encouragement.
Right.
It ain't got to be money things or but love cover a multitude of sin, but sometimes people take your love and grace for granted. That's why I know I can't take God's grace for granted, because I can't continue to do what I'm doing and talk about I'm being about Him or working towards being about Him.
Yeah.
But along the way, I still gonna talk about Him when I'm led to talk about Him.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody gonna shut me down and tell me what the fuck I can say out my mouth or when to say something out my mouth.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So the last question I got, what would you tell the people, what would you tell the young brothers and the young women out here, what type of people to absolutely stay away from? Give some examples, like what would a person say that would make you be like, oh no, I'm not rocking with that person. I'm not.
Well, it ain't all the time what they say. Damn what motherfuckers say out their mouth.
Yeah.
Sometimes people say fucked up shit. They don't really mean it.
Yeah.
They just venting. Like, a good example is my little partner who got the restaurant. He'll say things and he'll come back and apologize for it in 30 seconds.
Actions. What actions? Yeah.
But if you keep on saying fucked up shit, that means you ain't got no respect.
Right.
You might love me enough to make sure I have what I need or do whatever you can for me whenever you want to. But if you ain't got no respect, then that's a whole nother thing, And cause words hurt worse than knives, guns, and bullets sometimes.
All right, so Mr. Leon, we about to wrap it up. Is there anything you want to tell the world from your point of view? Just anything.
God is real, and no matter what we have, no matter what we do, we can't give up on trying to find out who He is and why He put us here to work towards being about that and being able to be a blessing one to another, growing in love and forgiveness and understanding His word, not the words that men distort and act as if His is so tampered and contaminated.
Yeah.
But to learn for yourself. Damn what people say. Damn all of those cults and religions that tell you any other way other than the sun. It ain't no other way. I've tried a lot of different religions. I've been to seminaries, cemeteries, colleges of higher learning, as well as being educated in technical schools and barbering schools and just the school of life that God uses from a little child to just the sunlight to teach you who he is and how real he is, so that you don't ever have a reason to deny that he does. It just...
All right. So that's the interview right there. That's been Mr. Leon. This your boy Marlo. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Marlo_Industries. And we out.